Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Cancer reading. The full moon's on the 26th of December, the day after Christmas or Boxing Day in some places. I have laid out a mixture of the African Tarot and the Tarot of the Divine along the axis of the horoscope wheel. I'll clarify with a good tarot and use 3 oracle decks throughout the reading. Thank you so much for your time. You are welcome, and I appreciate the time that you're spending with me. I value it, and especially all the ways that you support me. That is important to me. It matters to me because it allows me to continue to do what I enjoy doing. So thank you in advance. Cancer, your overall energy, the Queen of Cups. This is one of your cards. This is the energy of compassion. And it's interesting because this full moon in Cancer is lighting up your first house where you are sharing the compassion that you have gained for your own trials and tribulations, your own struggles, the overcoming of your challenges, the way in which you have forgiven yourself for making mistakes or making choices that didn't serve you in the long run. And you're turning that towards the world. You're freely sharing that love in all environments where it is useful, where it is necessary. And I dare say that the expression of compassion, of love, as a form of healing to others is sorely needed in our life. But the gentleness that this highlights, an opportunity for us to be productively in our fields, is something that you are temperamentally groomed for. This comes naturally to you. You're empathetic, you're intuitive, you're able to pick up on what others need without words, and to provide that loving, caring, nurturing environment or moment that is supportive of others and an expression of your own love. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity, the 2 of Coins. 2 of Coins is about a lifestyle change that you are contemplating. You are actually in the process of making, because it is a large life decision. It may be regarding a professional effort or decision you have to make. It may be about a lifestyle that encompasses all areas of your life, or you may be this may be about your domestic, personal experience. You are in the process of understanding and valuing what you've gained from the past and seeking to translate that into a new experience of the future. This is you. Clearly, I love this card because it shows the main character clinging on to a baby and a sort of cuddly animal baby. And this is bringing me into mind of the importance of the choices that you feel you are making, that you can't let either go. But in order to move from one to the other, you have to learn more information. You have to up your skill level. You have to take in more information and be informed in order to make the best choice possible. And in many ways, you are bringing all of this into your consideration of the future. Leaving nothing behind is the sense I'm getting from here. In the first house, the Death card, which very aptly describes this momentous change that you're making. However, at this time, it is in the forefront of your consciousness. You may be experiencing a literal transition or loss that is prompting you to necessarily look at the way that loss is going to impact your everyday mundane experience, the impact it's having on all the decisions moving forward. But it's also about recognizing that it's time to let some things go. Things naturally die off and need to be cleared away, grieved, understanding, feeling the emotions of that loss is part of clearing the field for something new to come in. In the fourth house, the house of your history, your family, the 8 of coins. I love this. I still am curious about the particular, I think it's a Grimm fairy tale that this references, or perhaps a Hans Christensen fairy tale about the 7 brothers, or the 7 swans, or something like that. The sister who must knit the particular cloth out of briars to save her brothers and transform them back into human form. At another level, I mean, that's a whole conversation, but at a more basic level, this is about your investment in your strengths, in the things you're good at, in the skills that you know you need, in a way that makes you better and prepared to meet any opportunity for abundance or prosperity that comes your way. This is you making yourself the most excellent vehicle you can to process this greater abundance, this more promising future that you're contemplating here. In the 7th house, this is the house of your significant others, the 5 of wands. And I'm quite sure this has shown up for you and others quite a bit. This is the way in which you are encouraged to work with others. You are encouraged, despite your sense of separation and protection in many ways over a group of individuals. This can be co-workers, this can be family members, or a team. You are encouraging members to accept their sameness, to accept that no individual has the answer or the solution for a conflict that you're processing. This conflict can be resolved if everyone shows up by valuing the input of each member, respecting that and understanding that it's in working together, learning something as a group, that you will solve this problem successfully. So, and this is also pointing to a conflict that you may have with a set of individuals, again, co-workers, family members, that are important to you, and something about the way this team does or doesn't work represents a conflict for you, some way in which you are often prevented from engaging productively, but that you're now finding the way to love this conflict in a way that soothes it over, that brings harmony to this situation. I'm going to pull Starry Beginnings Oracle, and hope that if you're resonating with this reading, Cancer, you will please like this video. You will share it with others, comment below, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Thank you. And I pull, what does your heart want? Be free to manifest your heart's desires. And interesting, I can see where a former allegiance or desires that has been fulfilled is transitioning out of your life and throwing you back into a contemplation of the way to move forward, pursuing perhaps a new desire, identifying that new desire. I'm also going to pull a Flora and Fauna of Africa, and I pulled the scarab beetle. And the plant associated with that is the scabiosa. And the key words are new possibilities. Expand your horizons, tap into your imagination, and explore something new. Unleash your magic. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. I like that. I'm going to clarify the death in the first house with the page of earth in the second house and the emperor in the fourth house. You are opening up to the possibility of doing things differently, of accepting a new value system that informs your sense of security and stability. So you may be recognizing that your values are changing and you're focusing on your security and stability on new terms, on the terms of abundance in a larger sense, and less focused perhaps on the specific components of material safety. This, in some part, is the result of your recognizing those things that you can't control and surrendering to those in order to take greater ownership of your life and your choices. You are releasing the conflicts with others, the conflicts of others. You're releasing a former state of satisfaction, of security, in order to take ownership of your response to opportunities in your environment, so that you are no longer trying to be concerned, even soothe or nurture the responses of others that seem irrelevant or non-productive to you. But instead, you're taking control of your emotions. You're being in control of the choices you make. They're more deliberate. You're cultivating those qualities of stability and preparedness within yourself that will empower you to make decisions, to move strategically forward in a way that benefits you. And naturally, your successes, your solvency, your victory has a beneficial impact on others. But you're reprioritizing your stability, your control, your ownership, your decisions. The Eight of Coins in the fourth house is clarified by the Seven of Fire in the fifth house and the Four of Water in the sixth house. Interesting. The more that you say no, set boundaries, make sure that others are not encroaching upon your expertise, your space, your area of strength, the more you're experiencing the ability to stand up for yourself, to speak up for yourself, to defend what is yours. And this is also empowering you to feel a sense of liberation in your own space, on your own terms. There is this practice that you have built, you have achieved with others, in working with others, which consists of moving towards those that support you, moving towards those things that validate you, that appreciate you, picking desires not based on what others expect you should want or have, but based on what things actually feel good to you. And this is something you've achieved that is aiding you greatly in releasing relationships that don't serve you, building upon your strengths so that you can take greater control over the elements and decisions of your life. This is a kind of a liberation that you're experiencing, but admittedly, it may not always feel the way you thought it would feel. In other words, you're still getting used to doing things on your own terms, making decisions based on your priorities, things that support and uplift you first. And this is not in contradiction to the Queen of Cups energy of being compassionate for others. In fact, this is a validation of your ability to heal yourself first, to be compassionate and forgiving to yourself first, forgiving yourself for having conflicts with others, forgiving yourself for not being what others want you to be. And that is really important. It's a difficult thing to tease apart, particularly on the basis of our patterns of emotion, our behavior, and attachment. The Five of Wands in the seventh house is clarified by the messenger of water in the eighth house and the sun in the ninth house. This is beautiful. So you are really opening up and exploring your own emotional and creative depth, your own talents, your own creativity, opening up your imagination to limn out your desires, the things that you want for you. And this is an exploration. This is a journey for you. You are also understanding that through these, in some ways, childhood attachments or behaviors that arose as on the basis of childhood experiences or your formative years, you're actually latching on to those natural talents that you always were able to exhibit as the result of expressing them in an environment where you weren't judged, where you played with others based on the enjoyment you appreciated, based on playfulness, a non-agenda, so that you are centering your happiness, the expression of your talents and abilities as your North Star in many ways. And this is also about building on your strengths, knowing that what you bring is what is, and in this case, it's interesting because Cancer is ruled by the moon. So this ability to reflect energy from others, you're really reformulating that, transitioning that into an experience of being the sun, being the heart, being who you are without reference to others. And at the same time, having this beautiful illuminating impact on others. The Two of Coins in the 10th house is clarified by the Nine of Water in the 11th house and the Ace of Water in the 12th house. Well, you are experiencing joy and pleasure through the roof. You have tapped into this ability to love yourself first. And that is providing healing for all those around you. And it's, again, this interesting reversal of the expectations of others. Perhaps expectations that you've carried with you for a long time, and that you're now understanding that not only are you content and finding joy in your expression of talents, in your ability to discover your own emotional and creative world and dimensions, this exploration that is giving you joy, but also empowering you, giving you the strength to speak up, stand up for yourself, assert yourself. You're also experiencing the satisfaction in knowing what is right for you, what feels good for you. So this is an interesting way in which you're building on the sensitivity and intuitive strength to actually embody this sense of enlightenment and empowerment on your own terms. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to finish off this reading, Cancer, with the language of the flowers, and we're going to take my favorite, one of my favorites, camellia, and the key word is peace. Be calm, and calm will come. Thank you, Cancer, for this beautiful reading. Until next time, namaste.